Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it's the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of Team Off the Ball up against one another in a quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. It is no holds barred, as I forgot to say. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants, this morning's contestants I should say, for the first time ever. Our first contestant tonight is a Blackboard Jungle veteran, an All-Ireland history quiz champion and an all-round sports nerd. He hates when trivia isn't taken seriously. You're in the right place here, John. And he absolutely hates the word crappy. Popping his crappy cherry, give it up for John Duggan, aka the Dugganator.
Thanks, Eoin. I'm really privileged.
Can't believe it's your first time.
Yeah. I really despise the word crappy. I think it's a disgusting word, and it's not fit for any media organisation, and that's why I've eschewed and avoided the crappy quiz. Also, probably feel I'm really rusty when it comes to quizzes. I used to be one of these sharks, and I kind of feel I'm going to be embarrassed. So that's why I really haven't had the confidence to grace the crappy quiz environment. But obviously, sometimes we need to, as Eoin says, pop the cherry.
And does Blackboard Jungle not give you a lifelong lease?
It was 24 years ago.
How did you get on in Blackboard Jungle? Did you do well?
First round, I got 6 out of 6 in sport. We won the first one, and then we absolutely had a disaster in the second one. There was a 3-point question that we didn't take, we should have taken. And then
What was it?
I think it was Bobby Charlton's daughter, Suzanne, was a weather girl or something like that. I can't remember. But then I got 2 questions wrong on the buzzer, and I panicked. And as somebody said in the audience, I needed to be on Valium or something. I was so depressed and disgusted about it. It was a heartbreaking day.
How old were you?
But you're not carrying any scars.
I'm 17. I'm not carrying any scars. Obviously, I am. But I did win the All-Ireland history quiz that year, which is great.
Nice one. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. In the middle seat is a man who's gone through a lot this week with his favourite sports person having retired. Gone are the days now of shouting Burno in the hill with a can of Pratsky in one hand. He's now got to live a life of trying to persuade people that Brogan is better than Gooch. Give it up for Phil the Power Egan. You're welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
2 months is a long time without a quiz, Phil.
It is, yeah. On Blackboard Jungle, I remember our school won it.
Oh, really?
Now, I was nowhere near the team, but I remember
You've been in a minibus or something, did you?
Ray Darcy rocking into the school and addressing the school on the steps, and we were presented with the minibus.
It's funny, I ended up working with Ray Darcy, and he actually played it on a show, the segment I was in.
And Phil ended up getting a hairstyle like him.
You.
I remember I wore an Ernie t-shirt, remember, from Sesame Street, and that was one of my memories of that day.
You seem to have a very vivid memory of this day.
A photographic memory.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
So you're at an automatic disadvantage here, lads. I hate to kind of bring disrepute into the crappy quiz, but at long last, finally, some disrepute comes. Our final contestant tonight, this morning, is OTB's king of faux outrage. He was so goddamn furious with Ireland's performance last weekend that he slammed his cup and spilled a little bit of chai latte on his breakfast almond bun. Cheering on his previous home of New Zealand tomorrow morning, make some noise for Adrian, who's your daddy Barry.
I don't eat almonds, but thanks all the same.
Allergic?
Yeah. Also, there was nothing to be outraged by. 20 minutes the game was over, and actually you could just enjoy your morning after that.
Right, but of course you're a former New Zealander, so you get to kind of enjoy it.
Absolutely, a former New Zealander, yeah.
How many years did you live there for?
1.
1. Good year?
Like me, it was an excellent year.
His initials, the ABs.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Phil's on it.
Hammered by the
Did
Adrian Barrys.
Did a former All Black, played for a GA team, former All Black also played for the GA team, and the initiation ceremony was him leading you in the haka.
Individually?
Individually.
And
when you joined the team, this was the initiation ceremony.
And do you still remember all the moves?
Most of them, I'd say, yeah.
We need to do this. This needs to be a forfeit. If you come last in the quiz today, you need to perform the haka for us.
Yeah, that's not happening, but sure.
We should try and do that at some stage. As ever, the format is a classic crappy quiz of 4 questions each. After 4 rounds is the trivia equivalent of taking every game as it comes.
That looks like the Brady Bunch on the screen.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a rapid fire round coming up after that. Then you can podcast the crappy quiz on offtheball.com or the Go Loud app. Give us 5 out of 5, even if that doesn't represent your actual opinion. And please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. Round 1 is the boring questions round. This round is never multiple choice. John, you're up first. What is the occupation of Bobby Charlton's daughter? No, I'm only messing. Club season is in full flow on the GEA scene, but can you tell me who the 2 losing semi-finalists were in last season's All-Ireland Senior Football Club Championship? So I need 2 clubs who lost the semis last year in the Club Football Championship, senior level. The Photographic memories at work here.
God, trolling from the quizmaster. It's
Slot Neil and Kimukka Crooks.
No, I'm afraid not. It was Grador and Molniocta. Question 1 for you, Phil. Name the top scorer so far in this year's Champions League.
Oh, why do I think it might be? Is it got to be Haaland, is it?
Correct. Good answer.
well done. Pat.
Salzburg, it's Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland, indeed. Question 1 for you, Adrian. Which out half is currently top scorer in the 2019 Rugby World Cup?
That is a good question.
Yeah, it really
Well-
is.
Proud of that one.
Very proud.
I'm going to go with. He scored a try last week. Richie Monga.
No. It's Utamura. Japan's Utamura has the most points. 51 he scored, but he's going to be
Tough
overtaken
question,
this
Phil.
weekend, you'd
That was
imagine.
that was a tough one. The other one was easy, but that was tough.
Round 2 is the specialist and quarterfinals failure round. Another year, another Rugby World Cup, another quarterfinal exit for Ireland. Consider this another round where your knowledge of the pain that comes with being an Irish rugby fan matters. Question 2 for you, John. Who finished the 2019 Rugby World Cup as Ireland's top try scorer? Wouldn't get this in Blackboard Jungle. We do need an answer.
Johnny Sexton.
John Carney.
No, Andrew Conway.
Oh, I was going to say Larmer.
Conway with 3 tries. Question 2 for you, Phil. Ireland's 32-point defeat to the All Blacks last weekend was Ireland's biggest ever defeat in the World Cup. But can you tell me which team gave them their second biggest ever battering in the World Cup
In a quarter-final.
in any game?
I'm going to say it was New Zealand.
Correct. You could have actually given me 2 answers. There was a
France.
joint tie for second, New Zealand and France, both in 1995, both by 24 points. So Phil, you're on 2 points. Adrian, of the teams still left in the Rugby World Cup, who did Joe Schmidt have the best record against across all tests during his Ireland head coach tenure?
Percentage-wise,
Percentage-wise, win rate.
it's a bit of a tricky teams left.
Well, to be fair, you're the only one here who's got a multiple choice answer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Assuming you do know the semi-finalists playing this weekend.
That's it's an interesting dynamic, all right.
Gonna need an answer, Adrian.
I'm going to go with, because we tanked them for a lot of those. I'm going to go with England.
No, it's South Africa. 60% win rate. Funnily enough, the 4 semi-finalists are actually all the worst win rates that Joe Schmidt had in his tenure. So maybe the 4 best teams actually did just make the World Cup semi-finals. Round 3 is the Who's Got More Presents round. In a crappy quiz classic, and you're going to really appreciate this one, John, we'll be giving you the name of 2 sports people, and all you've got to do is tell me who's got more online presence, aka who has the most Twitter followers. So question 3 for you, John. Who's got more Twitter followers? Bernard Brogan or Bowden Barrett?
Bernard Brogan.
Correct. Jeez, that was off the tip of your tongue. On the board is right. 1 point for that. Brogan's got 111,000 followers. The Barrett's
God,
99,000.
that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. Didn't expect that.
What are you really going to say?
Question 3 for you, Phil. Who's got more Twitter followers, Tom Brady or Brian O'Driscoll?
I'm going to say Brian O'Driscoll.
Correct. O'Driscoll has 970,000 followers. Brady's got 731,000 followers.
So, those 2 ones were kind of obvious on the basis that they were only asked because you were trying to lead you down a garden path. My one better be the exact same.
All right then, Adrian. Who's got more Twitter followers, Shane Lowry or Brooks Koepka?
That's not a like-for-like question at all.
Give me an answer.
I'm going to say, on the basis that he's like a bit of a personality versus a bit like a plank, I'm going to go with Shane Lowry.
No, it's Brooks Koepka.
Shit, like, isn't it? Seriously.
Koepka's got 219,000 followers. Lowry's got 193,000
Well,
followers. Unlucky, Adrian. The scores after 3 rounds are
I agree
Phil.
with John. This is a stupid concept.
3-1-0, Phil with the 3, John with the 1. Round 4 is the fun free magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second contestant gets 1 point. I'm going to say that we can only accept the answer that is written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of All-Star Awards won by Bernard Brogan in his inter-county career, plus the number of goals the Republic of Ireland have scored so far in qualification for Euro 2020, plus the number of British and Irish managers currently managing in the Premier League, plus the number of points clear at the top of the Premier League table Liverpool currently are. Your 30 seconds expires when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads. It's actually less than 30 seconds because this is a sped-up version of Bright Shiny Beads due to copyright restrictions. The number of All-Stars won by Bernard Brogan in his inter-county career. The number of goals Ireland has scored so far in the Euro qualification. How many British and Irish managers are currently managers of teams in the Premier League? And the number of points clear at the top of the Premier League table Liverpool Football Club are. Pens down. John, what have you got?
21.
21, Phil?
21.
21?
22.
22. Adrian gets the points, it's 25.
Yes! Get in!
So let's go through these. The number of All-Star Awards won by Bernard Brogan?
6.
4.
4.
The number of goals Ireland has scored so far in the Euros qualification?
6.
6, correct. The number of British and Irish managers currently in the Premier League?
This was the one I came back to. I just took a safe option. I went for 5, but I'd say there's more.
Yeah, it's 9 actually.
Wow.
You've got Rodgers, Potter, Wilder, Smith, Lampard, Howe, Hodgson, Dyche and Bruce. And the number of points clear at the top of the league?
6.
Liverpool, 6 points. So the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. That's
Back
you,
in the game.
Adrian. And does somebody get 1
No,
point?
we decided previously that if there's a tie, they get no points.
Yes, that is actually very correct. Well remembered, actually.
Yeah,
So
well, when
Adrian's
it's to
on
my
2
benefit, obviously.
2 points. Phil's on 3 points. John's on 1 point as we enter into the rapid fire round. Our winner tonight will be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Bernard Brogans from the Bernie Sanders. It's no team in particular ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round will be added to your score in the previous round. There will be 40 seconds for everyone to answer from the same set of questions. So we're going to start with the person with the highest number of points. That's you, Phil. Then move on to this person in second, which is you, Adrian, and then on to the person in last. If you get a question correct, I'll ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. And then if you get a question wrong, I'll move on to the next person. But your incorrect answer also means the deduction of a single point. You ready? Phil, your time starts. But Matt Williams, you're an outstanding human being.
You're an outstanding human being.
Who got sent off for France in their World Cup defeat to Wales last week?
Vahamahina!
Correct. Who was the women's Wimbledon world champion? Women's Wimbledon champion?
Halep.
Correct. Name either of the teams currently contesting baseball's World Series.
Washington.
Correct. Name the Irishman who was British Flat Jockey of the Year this year. Time's up. Oisin Murphy. Who refereed Ireland versus New Zealand last week, Adrian?
Piper.
No, Nigel Owens. John Duggan. In which city did the 2000 Olympics take place?
Sydney.
Correct. Harvey Elliott plays for which club?
Liverpool.
Correct. Who scored New Zealand's first try against Ireland last week?
Aaron Smith.
Correct. Name the Aston Villa manager. Time's up. Give me an answer.
No, I can't remember.
Dean Smith. So, John, you finish on 2.
No, John.
Phil.
3 questions, right? So,
And then one
so,
more, which cancelled it out. And Phil, basically, you're the winner because you're going to finish up on 5 points. And Adrian, you finish up on 1. Congratulations, Phil Egan. We are going to head back to another video. It's going to be a very, very good video, I can guarantee you that. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Crappy Quiz.